What was the status of other European countries' representatives in Geneva? What were they doing there?
Just their own individual status. They sat somewhere in the lobby and drank coffee. Well, probably chatting with each other.
Ukrainians were meeting with them later, they briefed them, but they were not present at the negotiations.
They're not expected there.
We don't see the point in the Europeans' participation. They can't help with their current stance. You just mentioned the head of European diplomacy, Kodjakoulis, with her brilliant statements. How can they help taking such a position? Hardly in any way.
Kodjakoulis revealed her demands to Russia, what we should do in her view. Limit our armed forces and much more according to Kodjakoulis.
I think the powers of Ms. Kodjakoulis do not represent a golden age of diplomacy for the European continent.
You probably managed to whisper with some participants of the talks in Geneva. What are their impressions? What do they say?
It is complicated work. The process is very complex. It's a working process. There's a lot to analyze, a lot to discuss with the head of state. Estonia is quite close to us. We are not threatening to Estonia, as well as to all other European countries, but if there is nuclear weapon in Estonia targeted at us, then our nuclear weapons will be targeted at Estonia. Estonia should clearly bear this in mind. Russia always does what is necessary to ensure its own security, especially in matters of nuclear deterrence.
Speaking about Zelensky's interview, he has resorted to some completely vulgar language. He says all sorts of things, using all kinds of words, while still considering himself the country's president.
Let's not pay attention to Zelensky. We have our president, President Putin. He always stays within the bounds of decency. He never allows himself any bad words towards other leaders, no matter how deserving they might be of those bad words. Let's still look up to our president.
A lot has been done recently. We have almost identified all participants and instigators of this crime. Several people have been detained. One citizen managed to flee to Ukraine. We definitely understand that the masterminds are the Ukrainian special services. And behind them are third countries. We spoke about it earlier, that Ukrainian special services operate under the supervision of Western special services. We see the British trail, foremost, here. Thus, the investigation continues. If there is any additional information, we will certainly make it public.
Many have this question: can or should we act to this regime the same as they act to us and conduct some retaliatory operations?
This question is very delicate. I wouldn't like to discuss it like that. Work is underway. Certainly, we do not ignore what is happening here with us, and measures needed are being taken. I reiterate, the question is very delicate, so discussing it now is probably inappropriate. We are closely monitoring the events. We will never forget and never forgive.